Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. The bonus to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, this is Ratazah coming at you once again, and this is going to be a response video to another video that I saw earlier today from World Star Hip Hop, which I forgot the title, but you could probably search for it, dealing with basically they did like a little brief documentary or brief story on a guy who was labeled a black extremist or a black militant, and I guess he did time. He did a couple years or so in jail or in prison because he was basically his social media content led the FBI, CIA, and whoever to believe he was a terrorist. You know, he was online shooting guns at the gun range, training people how to fight, and just various things that caught Esau's eye, so to speak. And the reason why I'm making this response video is just to basically put out there, which has been put out there before many times, but Hebrew Israelites, in particular, the men of Great Millstone, we're not associated with any type of black militancy or black extremism, if you want to call it that. We're strictly about our nation, the elect of our nation, all right, being a nation of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and we don't associate with black, okay, which we know Esau is trying to paint that narrative, and he's trying to slap us into the same category as black militants, black extremists, pursuing a particular document called I believe it's called Project Megiddo, if I'm not mistaken, where they have various groups like the certain black supremacy group, white supremacy groups, and these certain militias, and they got so-called black Hebrew Israelites on there, which we don't associate with the word or the term black, nor do we associate with any type of militancy, with stockpiling weapons and all that, which our battle is spiritual. All right, we're all about the Bible. So I just want to hit a few points. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 44, in verse. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "Through thee will we push down our enemies." All right, who's the thee talking about? The thee is talking about the Most High. All right, the one who you call God, the God of the Bible. His name is Yahweh. All right, which means He is, or He is to be. All right, so it says, "Through thee will we push down our enemies." All right, now who's the enemies to the Israelites? All right. Well, the first one is being who? So-called white man, Esau. All right, the sons and daughters of Edom. All right, they're basically the arch nemesis to the Israelites, man, as well as the other nations. All right, so through our power, through the Most High, who you call God, that's how we're going to push down our enemies in triumph, so to speak. It says, "Through thy name," okay, again, the name is what? Yahweh. Also, the name of the Son, which is what? Yahweh Shai. All right, which means what? He is the deliverer. All right, which is who the world falsely calls Jesus Christ. So it says, "Through thy name, we will tread. We will tread them under that rise up against us." All right, and that's what's about to happen. These nations, beginning with the so-called white man, they're about to rise up against us. All right, with false accusations, they're gonna rise up against us. Carnally. They're gonna try to come down on us, but what? Through the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, the elect men, all right, the nation of Israel, are going to receive power, and through that's how we're going to triumph and tread upon our enemies, man. Not by black militancy, all right, or black black extremism, all right, or weapons. We don't need that, man. All we need is Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. It says, "Through thy name will we tread them under that rise up against us. And that's why we always come down on other Israelite groups that are basically playing into Esau's narrative, man, about, these guys are militant, these guys are all about weapons, and they're all about black this and black that. See, these are guys we got to come down on. These are the terrorists. You other Israelite camps are playing right into Esau's hand, man. And that's why we're so hell-bent on not associating ourselves with you, man, because we're not about that. We're all about the spirit of Yahweh Yahushua, prophesying and building up our people, man. All right? But reading on, it says, verse 6, it says, "For I will not trust in my bow, neither shall my sword save me." All right? So, yeah, we don't put our trust and hope in the carnal weapons like that guy in that video did, man. All right? In which, if I find a link, I'll put it in the description if you haven't seen it. It's on Worldstar Hip Hop. But we don't put our trust in the carnal weapons and carnal, certain carnal devices, man. Our bow, which your modern day bow would be what? Your gun, your pistol, your sword being your gun or your pistol, whatever type of weaponry you have. We don't put our trust in that, man. It says, verse 7, it says, "But thou hast saved us from our enemies and has put them to shame that hated us." All right, so yeah, through the power of Yahweh Yahushua, that's how we're going to defeat Esau. And that's only, that type of understanding and faith is only given to the elect, because we know the majority of you jakes out there not going to get it. You just not going to get it. Your eyes are not open to see it, and you don't have faith, man. All right, let me jump from there to the book of Hosea, chapter 1, and verse 7. It says, "But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by the Lord their power." All right, now who's the house of Judah? That's talking about you Negroes, Haitians, and you West Indians, man. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, the southern kingdom. All right. It says what? "And I will save them by the Lord their power." Here it goes again. All right, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whose name is Yahweh. That's how we're going to receive salvation. And reading on, it says, "And will not save them." All right, this is not how we're going to be saved. Okay, it says, "And will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen." You see? So what's that? Those are carnal devices and carnal weapons, man, which we're not going to be saved by. The scriptures is telling you that what? We got to put trust in Yahweh Yahushua. That's where our faith and our power lies, man. Through the names of Yahweh Yahushua, not no goddamn gun shooting range, not in no damn martial arts class. That's not going to deliver you out of the coming perils, man. All right, it's through the faith in Yahweh Yahushua. Let me jump back to the book of Psalms 33 in the 17th verse. Verse 16. It says, Psalms 33 and 16. "There is no king saved by a multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength." Right, so it's not of our own strength. All right, and that mighty man is talking about one of the nation of Israel. All right, because who are the mighty men in the Bible? Israelites. So we're not going to be delivered by our own strength. All right, so it's not about how much you can could bench press. It's not about how many miles you can run. It ain't about that. It's about the spirit of Yahweh. The spirit of Yahweh Yahushua is going to be on you in that day, and whether you have found favor in the sight of Yahweh Yahushua, which He's going to give you power, and then you'll be able to conquer your enemies. But it's all based upon spirit, not upon the flesh. All right, verse 17. It says, "And horse is a vain thing for safety." All right, and a horse represents power when you read the scriptures. So our own power of force is a vain thing for safety, man. All right, and our safety, what? Our safety is in Yahweh Yahushua. You can read plenty of since we're in the book of Psalms, you can read plenty of the Psalms where it says, that the Most High is our refuge, is our fortress, you know, which is synonymous with what? Having safety, man. So it says a horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength. All right. So so it's not about the strength of a man or putting your trust in your own self, but it's putting trust in Yahweh Shai, which is the vibration that we here at Great Millstone push out to the rest of the flock, man. Is to not associate yourself with these black militant style type of Israelite groups, man, because them guys are going to be lumped right in with them black supremacy, black militant guys, man. You know, let me get one more scripture. Let me see. I think it's in Matthew's. I'm gonna end it off there. Just a quick response video. All right. I think it's Matthew's 26 in verse verse 50. I'm gonna start at verse 51. All right. It says, Matthew 26 and 51, and behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest's and smote off his ear. It says, then said Yahushua unto him, put up again thy sword into put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. You see that? So if you try to come in that spirit of pulling out carnal weapons, so to speak, then hey, you're gonna perish with that weapon, man. You know, because this war that we're fighting now is not carnal, man. It's a spiritual war. All right, we're basically fighting, like the scriptures say in I believe that's Ephesians the 6th chapter, which says we're battling spiritual wickedness in high places, man. All right, we got bigger fish to fry, so to speak. You know, this little, tit for tat back and forth and, stockpiling weapons, thinking you're going to go up against Esau that way, which show you people don't understand the prophecy, because the scriptures say that Esau's blessing would be the sword. All right. So if you try to go up against Esau with his blessing, you're going to perish. All right. You're going to perish with the sword, man. So the only sword that you're supposed to be concerned with is the spiritual sword, which is what? The Holy Scriptures, man. The words of Yahweh Yahushua, which is what we put on the forefront, and we use that as the vibration, as I mentioned, to push out on the rest of the flock, man, on the rest of the Akim. All right, the ones of the elect, and that's who we are only concerned about reaching, so to speak, is the elect, man, the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, so Lord willing, that was edifying. I just want to do this quick response to that video dealing with the black militants. All right, we don't associate with that. Okay, we're not. First of all, we're not black. All right, we're not black Hebrew Israelites. We're not black militants. We're not black extremists. We are the sons and daughters of the nation of Israel, the people of the Most High, and we come out to speak the truth according to the word. All right, so if you persecute us, which is prophesied, we're going to be persecuted. Let us just be persecuted for the word's sake, man. You know? But Lord willing, that was edifying. All right. Giving them praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Lord willing, to the next video. Shalom.